Hey there, supplements insiders. Are you ready for a bitter truth that might just change the way you look at your favorite sweet treats? Today, we're diving into the dark side of sugar, the shocking facts that doctors and the sugar industry don't want you to know. That's right, the white stuff that makes everything taste better might actually be the root of all evil when it comes to your health. And the worst part? The sugar industry has been pulling the wool over our eyes for decades, funding biased research and shaping public perception to keep us hooked on their sweet, sweet lies. But don't worry, we're here to expose the truth and arm you with the knowledge you need to take control of your health. So, grab a seat and get ready for a wild ride as we uncover the shocking reality of sugar's dark secrets. First things first, let's talk about the overwhelming evidence that highlights the negative impacts of excessive sugar intake. We're talking about fructose and high fructose corn syrup, the sneaky sweeteners that are hiding in everything from soda to salad dressing. Despite the sugar industry's best efforts to convince us otherwise, there's little scientific evidence that shows any benefits of added dietary sugars. In fact, studies suggest that it's not just obesity that's to blame for the skyrocketing rates of diabetes, heart disease, fatty liver disease, and high blood pressure. It's the sugar itself. That's right, even if you're not overweight, consuming too much sugar can still wreak havoc on your health. Don't believe us? Just take a look at the groundbreaking research done on mice that were unable to metabolize fructose. These lucky little critters were protected from obesity, diabetes, and a whole host of other metabolic issues that are linked to excessive sugar intake. It's like they had a built-in sugar shield, while the rest of us are left to fend for ourselves in the sugar-laden battlefield of modern diets. But wait, it gets worse. A study found that people who got 17-21% of their daily calories from added sugars had a whopping 38% higher risk of dying from cardiovascular disease compared to those who only consumed 8% from added sugars. That's like playing Russian roulette with your heart health, and the sugar industry is handing out the loaded guns. Now, you might be thinking, but wait, hasn't fat always been the bad guy when it comes to heart disease? Well, buckle up, because we're about to blow the lid off one of the biggest scandals in the history of nutrition science. Back in the 1960s, the sugar industry was feeling the heat as more and more studies started to link sugar to heart disease. So, what did they do? They pulled out their checkbooks and started funding research that would shift the blame to fat instead. That's right, the sugar industry paid scientists to conduct a literature review that would minimize the role of sugar in heart disease and paint fat as the real culprit. And guess what? It worked. The review, published in 1967, concluded that the best way to prevent heart disease was to cut back on fat, not sugar. This biased research shaped the scientific debate and public perception for over 50 years, leading to the demonization of fat and the rise of low-fat, high-sugar processed foods. It's like the sugar industry pulled off the greatest heist in the history of nutrition, and we've all been paying the price with our health ever since. But the truth is finally coming to light, thanks to brave researchers and whistleblowers who have uncovered the sugar industry's dirty secrets. Internal documents have revealed the industry's intent to manipulate scientific inquiry and fund studies that would portray sugar in a favorable light, while critiquing any research that dared to implicate sugar's role in chronic diseases. It's like the sugar industry has been playing a giant game of pay to play with our health, and we've all been unwitting pawns in their scheme. But no more. It's time to take back control and arm ourselves with the truth about sugar's dark side. Now, we know what you might be thinking, but not all studies are bought and paid for by the sugar industry, right? And you're absolutely right. While some studies are correlational, the evidence collectively paints a damning picture of the harmful effects of excessive added and free sugar intake. From soda to processed snacks, the sugar that's lurking in our modern diets is like a silent killer, slowly chipping away at our health one sweet bite at a time. But armed with the knowledge of sugar's true nature, we can make informed choices and break free from the sugar industry's sticky grasp. So, what can you do to protect yourself from the dangers of excessive sugar intake? It all starts with reading labels and being aware of the sneaky sources of added sugars in your diet. Opt for whole, unprocessed foods whenever possible. And don't be afraid to satisfy your sweet tooth with natural sources of sugar like fruit. And most importantly, spread the word. Share this video with your friends and family, and help us expose the truth about sugar's dark secrets. Together, we can take back control of our health and send a powerful message to the sugar industry. We won't be fooled any longer. Thanks for tuning in, Supplements Insiders. Until next time, stay sweet, stay healthy, and stay informed.